The original version of Pac-Man is regarded as a classic game. However, it did suffer from a very, very bad glitch. On level 256, the right side of the screen would be filled with garbled characters and all sorts of nonsense. The reason for this relates to a bit of computer science. The thing is, the level counter in the original Pac-Man stored the number of each level as an 8-bit integer. Now this worked great for 255 different numbers, however, it could not store a number greater than that. So, when level 256 came around, the whole system came crashing down. If you purchase a modern Pac-Man game, you probably won't encounter this glitch. You might be surprised to learn that there is, however, a game based around the glitch. Developed by Hipster Whale, the studio behind Crossy Road, Pac-Man 256 is a game based entirely around the level 256 glitch. It's kind of an endless maze game. It plays a lot like ordinary Pac-Man. However, in Pac-Man 256, the glitch is constantly chasing you from the bottom of the screen. I've played the game, and I have to say that it is quite fun. At first glance, it mostly does seem to be an average Pac-Man game. You avoid Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and Clyde, as well as the new enemies, specifically the Grey Spunky. Spunky stays asleep until you get close enough to him, at which point the chase begins. Now, Pinky behaves rather interestingly in this game. Pinky can actually move much faster than you can. That said, Pinky will chase you until you're just out of sight. Pac-Man 256 is free to play, and you can play as much as you want. I have to say that the game is monetized in very fair ways. As you play, you unlock a mode with power-ups. If you'd like to play Pac-Man 256 with bombs and lasers, it'll cost you a single credit. You pay 1 credit per session of Pac-Man 256 with power-ups. When you start the game, you have a stack of 6 credits. And now, after you spend these credits, they slowly start restoring themselves. If you run completely out of credits, you have a few options. You could watch an advertisement to restore a couple, or you could pay a few dollars and have credits permanently added to your account. You'll never have to purchase them again. Aesthetically, the game is quite pleasing. Musically, the game boasts a very jazzy remix of the Pac-Man main theme. I have a bit of a tricky time describing it, but it almost has a bit of a reggae feel to it, which I like. As for the way the rest of the game sounds, well, frankly, it's Pac-Man. From a visual standpoint, the game is pretty impressive. It employs 3D voxels. In case you've not heard of them, voxels are essentially volumetric pixels. Instead of being built out of little flat squares, with voxels, everything is made of big 3D cubes. On the whole, it's a fun game, and it works quite well with touch controls. I played on a Lenovo K3 Note, and I didn't encounter any issues. Additionally, I feel that it's worth mentioning that the game worked great with my Moga Pro Power controller in HID mode. While I did need to touch the screen to start the game, the analog stick worked without any problems. I really love the way it embraces the aesthetic of a glitch. It's not too often that this sort of thing is incorporated into a game. If you're looking for another game that does employ the glitch art aesthetic, you might want to take a look at Fez. I'm not going to say too much more about that, however, as it's a nice surprise when it happens. Back on topic, you can get Pac-Man 256 for free on Android, iOS, and via the Amazon App Store. If you're interested in free-to-play games that aren't exploitative, check out our video, The 5 Commandments of Free-to-Play Games. For more game news, reviews, interviews, and previews, be sure to follow at Blackman and Robin on Twitter. If you care about my views, be sure to follow me at Jordan_Cameron.